Ahora vamos a hablar más de la idea de las construcciones pasivas, ¿ok? Esa idea de la voz pasiva. Ayer hablamos de esa idea de cómo las escuelas fueron construidas, las escuelas fueron, construidas por los arquitectos. ¿Okay? Esa es la idea. Aquí, con este, es lo que se llama la C impersonal. La C impersonal. ¿Okay? ¿Por qué impersonal? Porque no hay una persona. ¿Okay? Muchas veces estas ideas de se venden camisas, se habla español, muchas veces lo ponen aquí. Aquí. ¿Okay? Es la idea, o se reparan coches en ese taller. ¿Okay? Es la idea que en un banco, por ejemplo, en McDonald's, lo que sea, hay un letrero, hay un cartel que pone se habla español aquí. Significa que, por ejemplo, si tú hablas español, entras en la tienda, banco, restaurante, lo que sea, alguien ahí habla español. No necesariamente significa que todos hablamos español, es más que hay alguien que te puede ayudar. ¿Okay? So, se habla español es esa idea de generalmente Spanish is spoken here. Okay? Spanish is spoken here. Esa es la idea de la traducción. Okay? Muchos lugares tienen esas. También yo veo frecuentemente, pero yo no escribo polaco. But what is it in who speaks Polish in this class? 'Cause I know it's in there. What's that? Uh-huh. Right, how do I spell?
M-O-W.
There's a V or is it W?
W sounds like a V.
Right, that's what I thought.
M-O-W-I-N-Y. Except it's one word. Like those two things, that's
Got
one
it.
word.
Yes, okay. Okay,
And then P-O.
one word.
Yeah,
And then another.
Polsku. P-O-L-S-K-U.
Okay, and does that mean we speak Polish or does that mean Polish is spoken?
We speak Polish.
We speak Polish. Okay, so slightly different, but you see this sign a lot in, I remember I saw it on Rand. I forget if it's like that. If you,
for you.
well, definitely that one. No, I know the deli you're talking about. I don't even know right by there though. It's a light store, the Electric Brothers or something like that. It's right by Menards and across from that school. But I think it said that on one of their things. So, the idea of this se habla español, okay, is that it might not be all of the employees or everybody who works at the bank or the restaurant or the store or whatever, but somebody in there can help you, okay? So if you go in there and you only speak Spanish, okay, they might say, hang on a second, okay, Angela, ven aquí, or somebody else, or Alba, okay? Somebody has to come and help that one person, okay? So this is en general, it's muy general, okay? There's never a specific subject here, okay? It's never like, tú hablas español, él habla español. No, no es la idea. Se habla generalmente, se habla español aquí. Igual aquí, se venden camisas, okay? Sometimes maybe you drive by a store and you're like, well, what do they do there? You're like, oh, they sell clothes there. It's a women's store. They sell women's clothes there. They sell, for example, the store Five Below. Has anybody ever seen that show? Yeah. Store? I have no idea. What is it? What do they sell there? Random stuff.
It's like a dollar store.
It's a dollar store. Oh, it's all under $5. What a wonderful name. I was thinking of temperature. I thought it was like you went and bought climbing stuff there. I thought it was a sporting goods store. So, that's a good idea. So, you would say there, se venden cosas. If that's really what they sell. They sell all bunch of random stuff for under $5. Fantástico. Se venden cosas, se venden objetos de menos de $5. Okay? Algo así. Okay? But it's not specifically like Ángela vende esas cosas, okay? Or Maggie vende esas cosas. Es en general, okay? Pues aquí, entonces, en estas páginas de 185 hasta 187, también habla de la diferencia, okay? Because you might wonder, well, how come, what's the difference then between what you did yesterday and what you did here, okay? Yesterday has a person with it as well. The ones that we said, por ejemplo, las escuelas fueron construidas por los arquitectos. You know who built the schools, okay? Here, you don't know who's doing it, okay? Se venden camisas, okay? So if you walk by a store, you're like, oh yeah, they sell, t-shirts. They sell, like baseball jerseys there. Or one of those stores in Woodfield, it's like a sports store, but really, really specializes on just jerseys. Or just, there's something that's just got Chicago teams. Or that store Lids that only sells hats. You'd be like, oh, se venden gorras ahí. Okay? Bien. So aquí dice, Spanish uses the construction se plus the verb in third person singular or plural to de-emphasize the subject. Okay? Again, this is another way to say something differently. The agent phrase beginning with por is not used in this construction. So what this means is you are taking away any person. That's why it's called la se impersonal. Okay? Notice that in English, this construction can be translated in many different ways, including by the passive voice. The verb is either third person singular, se habla español, o plural, se venden camisas. So, el locutor dio los premios. Los premios fueron dados por el locutor, se dieron los premios, se sabe el motivo. So it's giving you a few examples there, okay? The first one is an active sentence, okay? So the speaker, the announcer, gave out the prizes. Okay, that's your active voice, that's what was done. Okay? Another way you could say it, where you're still talking about, you're putting less emphasis on the speaker, on the announcer, on the person who gave out the prizes, and more emphasis on the prizes. You're saying, los premios fueron dados por el locutor. Okay? Then you can just say, yep, prizes have all been given out. Okay? For example, all these t-shirts. There's a ton of t-shirts that you're going to be buying, selling, all that sort of stuff. When the t-shirts are out, okay, that's what you would say. We already handed all of them out. Se dieron las camisas. Okay, all the t-shirts have been handed out. All the t-shirts have been given. If there's something where you have a lottery ticket for something, no, we gave them all out. You weren't here in time. Something like that, okay? And then se sabe el motivo. That one I'm not worried about. Se entregó el informe, se entregaron los informes. Those are just examples of saying that reports are handed in, but not telling you by whom. Okay? For intransitive verbs, that's a word you won't ever really have to know or understand. Okay? But let me see if I can make sense of it. So, they do not take a direct object. The verb is always in third person singular. So one example, se vive bien en ese país. That's a really common expression. Also, se come bien ahí. Okay, that's another expression. When you're talking about a style of food, or if you talk about, maybe some of you really like Tex-Mex, okay, or Southwestern food kind of thing. So let's say somebody were asking you about, hey, what do you know about this area? What do you know about Texas? Something like that. You'd be, se come mucha carne ahí. Okay? They eat a lot of meat there. But it's that they in general. You're not saying like every Texan. You're just saying, in general, they eat a lot of meat there. They eat a lot of barbecue. Se come mucha barbacoa. Se come mucha a la parrilla. Okay? Whatever it might happen to be. When an infinitive is used, it's always third person singular. Okay? ¿Por dónde se puede entrar? Sometimes you go to a new school, you go for some sort of competition, you're like, how the heck do we get in here? Okay, or maybe you got to take the ACT or SAT at a different school. You go to one door, it's locked. ¿Dónde se puede entrar? Okay, where can one go in? How do you get in? But it's not you of specifically like tú. ¿Dónde entras tú? It's ¿dónde? Okay, where can one enter? Se puede ir en autobús, se puede ir en coche, se puede ir bla bla bla. Se prohíbe fumar. Okay? This I don't even think we see very often anymore because Illinois has been smoke-free for quite some time. Maybe if you go up to Wisconsin, you might see it because they still have some places, I think if it's like, some places you can still smoke after a certain time, or if it's a bar-ish or something like that, restaurant, you can still do some of those things. Right? Don't worry about that next one, that's really not that important. Okay, Spanish also uses la gente with a third-person singular verb to label an indefinite subject, okay? We could use that, alright? This is the idea of talking about people. It's much less common than we say it in English, okay? So, if you have a friend who's coming to stay with you and you're like, hey, what do you do here in Mount Prospect? What do people do in Mount Prospect for fun? What do people do in Arlington Heights for fun? Okay? Really, it's that general idea again, okay? In Spanish, a lot of times you can just say, ¿Cómo se divierte? Or, ¿A dónde se va para divertirse? Something like that. Okay? And then also, the last example there, Spanish uses the third person plural of the verb to label an indefinite subject. In this case, it cannot be used. So, it's one of those where you're not saying specific people have said something, but you're like, oh, you know, they say that's a good restaurant. They say that's a good school. Okay? They say that's a good university. They say that's a good program. They say that's hard to get into. You couldn't never pinpoint who the they is, but you can use dicen as if it were an adios form. Okay? Bien. Entonces,